There is something I want to tell you. You see the uniform I am wearing? It does not represent any specific country, but as someone in the military, you understand what it means. It stands for protecting a nation and its people. However, it is not a uniform meant to fight for one individual or for personal gain. I believe you understand this well. You are knowledgeable, and may even understand it better than I do. Okay, let me give you what I have today. It is long video, but it is interested. Hello, I thank you so much for your support. I truly see and appreciate it. As you can see above, I've shared a link to my YouTube channel. If possible, please click on that link and subscribe. Honestly, it encourages me and gives me strength. Any topics or discussions you request, I will research them and bring them to you. Thank you again for your valuable support. If you are not following me yet, please click follow. I really appreciate it. All right, let's continue with the news and analysis. From the beginning of February, when the war started, the United States entered the conflict thinking it would finish it within 1 week. Even though Donald Trump says there are ongoing negotiations, the US is still sending troops toward Iran. At this point, it is no longer possible for America to withdraw from this war. It may remain involved for a long time. Let me explain. Russia started the war in Ukraine thinking it would win quickly, but now it has taken years. For a war to end, one side must decide to stop. But the United States cannot do that, because it would be seen as defeat and humiliation. On the other side, Iran cannot accept defeat either. They would rather fight to the end. Do not expect these negotiations to succeed easily. Iran is demanding very serious conditions from the US, including removing all military bases from Saudi Arabia. These bases took many years to build, and the US cannot abandon them. They are also essential for protecting American interests and allies. If the US were to leave Saudi Arabia, Iran could become the dominant power in the region, controlling security. America would also lose the petrodollar system, which would seriously damage its economy. The GCC countries could abandon it completely. That is why the US is unlikely to stop this war. It has fallen into a trap with no easy way out. Another reason is that countries like South Korea and Japan depend on US security. They are watching closely. If America fails to protect Saudi Arabia, it creates fear among its allies. The fact that Saudi Arabia has started seeking outside help, even looking toward Ukraine, shows declining confidence in US protection. It is also a lesson. Why don't countries invest more in their own militaries? The money they pay yearly could strengthen their own defense systems. For example, air defense systems from South Korea were reportedly moved to Israel. This war is teaching many countries important lessons. The US is being watched closely by the whole world. If it continues fighting, it risks major losses. If it withdraws, it still loses reputation. Right now, America is in a very difficult position. If the US sends ground troops into Iran, it could become extremely dangerous. Iran is not an easy country to fight. The terrain is difficult, and the military has prepared for years specifically to face the US. There is also Karg Island, which is very strategic for Iran. If the US attempts to capture it, the situation could escalate severely. Even if they succeed in some areas, Iran's geography, especially its mountains, makes it extremely hard to control. History also reminds us of past wars like Vietnam. Thousands of troops were sent, and we all know how that ended. US soldiers are strong, but morale and willingness to fight this kind of war may be limited. Unlike Iraq, Iran has been preparing for this kind of conflict for many years. Its military strategy, missile systems, and regional alliances are much stronger. Iran has capabilities that could challenge the US. Significantly, the best option might be to stop the war, even with some losses, to avoid greater damage. Iran also has multiple allied groups, which is why attacks are happening from different directions, including against Israel. Thank you all, and sorry to those affected by this situation. Please share your thoughts. Your opinion matters.